Hi, I'm Ole Børud, and in this video I've got some new patches that I made with my BOSS GT1000CORE. All of the patches are included in the intro tune, so you can hear how it sounds in the context of a song. And this time around I'm trying to explore some more texture-driven sounds. So I'm diving into delays, reverbs, trails, but also I'm trying to utilize the distortion block in a slightly different way that I would normally do. Stick around and I will walk you through the patches. And once again, I've got my Boss Tone Studio up and running, and this first patch is called Smooth Texture. Okay, so the first block is an effects block, and it's set up for vibrato. And let me just first play this sound. Now the cool part about this effects is that it has this color thing. Without it, it's a more typical vibrato, but with it, it leans towards a sort of harmonic tremolo type thing. So it adds movement, like modulated movement, which is really cool. Sounds nice. Okay, moving up to this divider, and this is set for single on channel A. So that means the upper level right here. And first block is a distortion block set to natural OD. And then I actually have a second distortion block, and this is set for octave fuzz. Now, this doesn't sound a whole lot like octave fuzz type of sound, but the thing is that for this one, I have it set really low on level, and then I have the direct mix up to 50. Okay, what that means is that it has just a tiny bit of octave fuzz, and also having the clean signal pass through. So now if I went ahead and pulled this one up like this, you would hear much more of it, but my point was just to have a tiny bit, so like that. And it's barely audible, but it's there. It's adding grit, if you will. Okay, the amp is set to natural, and if I bypass these guys, let's see, it's gonna sound like this. Now I can hear that there is a movement going on, and that's probably on the reverb, so I'll go ahead and bypass that one as well. I'll bypass even the delay, and you can hear. Okay, so that's the amp, the way it's set up. Okay, so if I go back to what's going on, I'll just kick in the vibrato, and I'll also kick in the distortion blocks. And then actually the next thing is the delay block and the reverb block. So delay is set up for tape echoplex, and there's not a whole lot of it. I have it set up for effect level 35 and high cut 315, and not a lot of feedback, and it's set to 16th notes in the BPM of the song. So it's there, but not a whole lot. And then I've got the reverb set for like my trick is to just have the time be super short and have the effect level maxed, more or less. So let me just bypass the delay, and we can hear the reverb. Now I like that type of effect. If I bypass it, it's like this, but with it. Yeah, that's cool. All right, and then I've got main speaker. It's the original, and a 57 for microphone, and then distance is short, and then position is 3 centimeters. And that's it for this patch. Next up is one called Wet Mod Rings. So let me just go ahead and play. So as you can hear, quite a bit of trail on this one, and the trick here is the delay section, which actually features an effects box in front of the delay, which is a ring mod. I'll get to that. First up is a compressor over here, which is set to quite a lot, so it's meant to squeeze the signal pretty hard. Then I have a rotary on the FX1, which sort of adds a fat chorus type sound because it's set to slow, so it's not your typical rotary sound. So if I take it off, it's with it. Yeah. Then first divider going up to the channel A, it's set for single, and the amp is actually a Brit stack. So usually I'll use the Brit stack along with distortion, but this time I just wanted to have a slightly driven sound. And then I've got the noise suppressor just a tiny bit. And then we are moving to this divider, which is set for dual, meaning that both paths are running. And what this does is gives me the opportunity to go parallel with effects, which is really nice for delays, at least I think sometimes. If you want the trails to be really audible, this is a good trick. So what I did was that on this delay block, I just went ahead and had the direct level off completely. So this is just super wet. Now if I go to this divider and hit single, and then take it up here, you can hear that. You can only hear the delay. I'll go to this divider, set it for dual, and then I will bypass the reverb. We will only hear clean and the delay. So this delay is set up for a dual with tape. The effects blocks is set up for ring modulator, and it has this really nice feature which is intelligent, which makes it pitch better, sort of, and it's only a matter of finding the right frequency, and it'll sound pretty good. All right, anyways, yeah, that's kind of like the trick for that sound. And then I've got the reverb set for plate. It's a bit, yeah. So it's plate, and it's 5.1 on time. Tone set to -10, density 8, and yeah. High cut 4, low cut 125, tiny bit of pre-delay, and a tiny bit of mod. Once again, cabinets are originals, and microphone is a 57, distance is short, position is 5 centimeters. Next patch is called Trem Swim. Okay. This starts off with a pitch shifter, moving into a sitar sim. Let's just hear how it sounds. As you can hear, the reverb is like super long. I'll just go ahead and bypass that one, and you can hear the sound without it. Okay, moving back to the first block, if I bypass that one, it's adding an octave above, just a tiny bit. And then this sitar simulator, without it, sounds just a bit more like a typical electric guitar, but with it engaged, it does something to the attack, which is cool, I think. And then moving into this amp, which is a tweet combo, standard settings for me, I guess. Tiny bit of presence this time. Okay, moving to a tremolo, and it's quite audible. Okay, then next block is a chorus, and if I bypass this one, so without it, it's going to be much more mono sounding, and with it engaged, I'm getting a stereo type of sound. Last block is the reverb, which is set for maximum time actually, which is 10 seconds. And then quite a bit of modulation on this one. It also has a pre-delay, that's why it didn't kick in immediately. Okay. Main speaker, once again, is original, and the microphone is a condenser 451. Distance short, position 3 centimeters. Next patch is slap rock. Now this name indicates a sort of slap delay, and sounds like this. This one has a compressor in the beginning, squeezed just a tiny bit, set up for 60 in sustain. First effects block is a tremolo, which is not like super heavy. Anyways, tremolo. Next one is amp, tweet combo, and then a tiny bit of noise suppression, and then it's the delay block, which is a bin drum echo. Now this one has no feedback, but you can hear that it's got a bit of trail no matter what, so, but it sounds good. Then we move over to this one, and main speaker, and it's the original. I've got the condenser 451, distance short, and mic position 2 centimeters. Okay, next patch is the lead patch. It's called Rock Lead. It sounds like this. So this one has quite a bit of delay going on, so I'll go ahead and take that delay away. I'm using this divider as an option for parallel mode, and so if I go into this one, have it be single, set it for reverb, it'll sort of bypass the delay. Okay? Okay, so right away you can hear that the reverb is short, so that's like a little trick that I like to use. The delay is like super long, but the reverb is short. It's set to room, it's set for 0.3 seconds, and the effect level is quite high actually, so without it you're gonna get this. Okay, and with it you're gonna get this. Sounds cool. And let me just go ahead and bypass this one and we'll look at the other blocks. We've got, first of all, a distortion block, which is an OD1. Now, if I bypass this one, it's gonna go straight to the amp, which is the bridge stack, and it sounds like this. Just breaking up, sort of. Okay, so with it, you're gonna get this. And I think it sounds pretty good with neck position as well. And then noise suppression. And then we move over to, actually there's nothing going on here. So the next thing is actually this divider, which was set up for dual, making it use the parallel mode thing, which I like. So let me just kick back the reverb, and now we have both delay and reverb set up. Okay, then we've got the main speaker. I've got the microphone set up for a condenser 87, distance short, mic position 3 centimeters. And yeah, that's it for this sound. And the last sound now is actually the bass guitar sound. Anyways, let's look through the chain here. I've got it set up for an amp called Natural Bass, and after that I've got it set up with a compressor after the amp actually. And this compressor is called X Bass Comp, and it actually adds quite a bit of body. So if I bypass this one, and if I kick it in, I like it. Sounds good. Then I've got a bit of noise suppression here. And then I have a tiny bit of equalizer. Yeah, so the low cut is set like super low just to take away the very bottom end. And that's pretty much it. Main speaker is set for original, and mic type is flat actually, so you have that option as well. Distance short and 3 centimeters. I don't think that matters actually. So anyways, and that's it for these patches. Hope that was helpful to anyone. Okay,